Hey guys, what's up? So this video is a small addition to my E3 prediction video, which I uploaded a few days ago. I'll put the link down in the description. That was all about the other conferences like Bethesda and Square Enix and Microsoft and Sony and everyone. I talked about all the games in this video, but now, just today, we've got another epic announcement and I really can't believe it. E3 2015 will see the first ever PC gaming press conference. That is such an amazing piece of news that I had to do another video to share my thoughts about this and kind of speculate on everything we will see, because we actually know quite a lot about this PC gaming show. It's going to be presented by AMD and powered by PC Gamer, and I just want to say thank you to AMD and PC Gamer because this is just such an amazing thing. The whole PC gaming world has been waiting for something like this, and it's just like, I'm so happy that they finally made it happen. So thank you guys for this. The PC gaming show will take place on June 16th from 5 to 8 p.m. local time, which is unfortunately 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning UK time. But to be honest, I think I'm so excited I'm gonna have to stay up and watch it all the way through because I really want to see this live. The show is going to be hosted by Sean Day 9 Plot. This guy used to be, I think, a professional StarCraft player, and now he's just a commentator, so he commentates StarCraft games. He's going to host the show. It will feature appearances by Dean Hall, who's the guy who invented DayZ, in case you don't know. Cliff Bleszinski, who used to be a game director at Epic Games. He was responsible for games like Gears of War. He's now with Boss Key Productions, and other developers from studios including Blizzard, Bohemia Interactive, Cloud Imperium Games, Tripwire Interactive, Square Enix, Obsidian, Paradox, Devolver Digital, the Humble Bundlers, and there's gonna be more to be announced. So this is so amazing. What a great lineup. Also note that the show is going from 5 to 8 p.m., which is 3 hours. It's a quite long show, and look at all this breakdown of all these appearances. It's just going to be a lot to talk about, and it really sounds like a big celebration of PC gaming. So let's go into a little bit of speculation, go through all these companies and see what they might show. Obsidian, I think we're going to see something about Pillars of Eternity, most probably an add-on. Can we speculate that we might see a new South Park game? I don't know. They've worked quite hard on the engine, and I think they do have the engine now, and it shouldn't be too difficult with all the assets that they have to nearly create a new game relatively quickly. Obviously, a lot of writing is involved, and you need Trey Parker and Matt Stone to kind of get behind it and really put a lot of work into it. But I think it's not impossible. South Park was a huge success. The fans loved it. It's the first South Park game that really truly represented the TV show. So why not catch on to that success? And I think personally that Matt Stone and Trey Parker really want to kind of explore new territories beside the actual TV show. So it kind of would fit in the picture. Cloud Imperium Games are obviously going to show Star Citizen. Maybe we get a first look at the Persistent Universe. I don't know. I think they're working pretty hard on all the announcement that they made recently. Landing on planets, the first person shooter module that they're working on, so maybe not, but I'm quite curious, and I'm pretty sure Chris Roberts is going to be there and represent Cloud Imperium Games. Bohemia might show Arma 4. Since it's a PC event, we might see an engine update on their existing engine, the Arma engine. Maybe they're going to talk about that it's not single threaded anymore. I think they can definitely go into a bit more of a technical background of the engine. It's a PC event, and I think all the PC nerds just want to see stuff like that. Cliff Bleszinski with Boss Key Productions is probably going to show us maybe some gameplay of Blue Streak. Recently we've seen the first kind of in-engine teaser of this game. I have no idea what it's gonna be, but it looked pretty cool just from a graphical point of view, so we might see some gameplay of Blue Streak. Epic Games will probably show Unreal Tournament 2015, and while speculation going on, maybe some Bulletstorm 2. That is actually something that I would get really excited about, because I thought Bulletstorm 1 was a great game. It was really funny, it looked great, it ran fantastic. It was overall just a really entertaining game, so Bulletstorm 2 would definitely be something that I would enjoy to be announced. Paradox is probably going to talk about Hearts of Iron 4. In case you haven't heard about that, it's a strategy war game kind of building up to World War II, and then I think you can actually play through the different world wars. Also, they recently released City Skylines, which was a big success, so maybe we're going to see some kind of DLC follow up to that. Devolver Digital will probably show Hard Reset 2. Tripwire Interactive will probably show Killing Floor 2. Blizzard Entertainment will probably show some StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. I think people are quite excited for that. But also maybe some gameplay for Overwatch. You might remember it's this game that is a lot like Team Fortress 2 and it has this cartoonish look. They showed it at last year's E3 for the first time, if I remember correctly. And I think it's time that we're going to see a bit more of the actual gameplay. So there are a lot of titles there that I'm already excited about. Besides that lineup, we're probably going to see some Kickstarter projects. There are a lot of indie games that we can get excited about. Maybe there's even a segment that talks about mods, right? It's just great because the PC has so many stories to tell. The hardware story, the modding story. You can just fill so many segments of a show like this with so many more interesting stories, which obviously also goes down to the sponsor, which is AMD. So will there maybe be an AMD graphic card feature segment where they talk about their new cards and about new performance improvements? I hope that since AMD is the official sponsor of the show, they're not going to exclude NVIDIA optimized games. I think that would kind of defy the purpose of a PC gaming show. I think everyone should be included. I don't think they will do that just from a personal feeling, but that is a bit of a risk that the whole show is like too much on the AMD side and we just see nothing that's related to NVIDIA whatsoever. One thing that I'm wondering about is why Steam is not on this list. Obviously, they have said that there's more to be announced, but I mean, Valve with Gabe Newell on stage would just be such a highlight. He is such an icon of PC gaming and he honestly made it really big. He is kind of the person behind all this. So I think Steam or Valve should definitely get their own segment. In terms of the presentation of the show, I can imagine it a bit nerdier and less flashy. I mean, if you look all these Microsoft conferences, it's always very clean and very calculated and there's a lot of controlled and forced fun there, right? Which I think everyone hates except Microsoft. They think it's great. But if you watch, for instance, the Star Citizen events, those are a bit more open and you can see Chris Roberts on stage and he's just basically clicking play on the Windows Media Player to show his new trailer and all that. I don't think they will go that far. It will still be very well choreographed and a finished show, but I hope that it will be a little bit nerdier than all these flashy and finished shows that we see for the consoles. What I find really interesting overall on this is that the PC seems to gain more and more traction and relevance compared to the consoles. And it's not only because we get our own press conference, you can just feel it overall looking at numbers and looking at the general mood in comments and in videos. More and more people see the PC as a true option, as a true alternative to console gaming, and I really think that's great. I'm not gonna go into why that is. Actually, I made a video about the disadvantages of console gaming a long time ago. I think I'll link that down in the description as well, so you can have a look if you're interested. But it's just great that, for instance, developers now have to pay more attention to it. You can probably remember a while ago, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot said that 90% of gamers are pirates. That's obviously not something that he said officially. That is something that an ex-employee kind of leaked out and said that he said that in a meeting, which I completely believe, and I really think this is the perception of like these kind of CEOs who mostly produce games for consoles and then really produce shitty ports for the PCs. They just think, yeah, they're all pirates. But that's like, I mean, that was like 10 years ago. Now with Steam, I think it couldn't be further away from reality, and an event like this really puts that back in the developers' minds. They have to produce better PC ports, they have to pay more attention to PC gaming. Guys, I'm super excited about this. It's going to be the best E3 ever. Probably we will not get a Nintendo conference because they always do their Nintendo Direct stuff. But I personally feel that a PC gaming press conference is a worthy replacement for that. And I can't wait, guys. I'm really, really excited for this year's E3. I think it's going to be extremely exciting and we're all going to have a great time. So leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'm sure I forgot a million games that might be shown at this PC press conference. You can also subscribe to my channel, leave me a like if you enjoyed the video. Otherwise, take care guys, stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Bye.